Hi guys, this is part 2 of my interview with Colleen, and I'm going to pick up on my slide 11, psychosocial crisis resolution, looking at the multi-systems lens, and I'm going to discuss the Catholic Church on this slide. The Catholic Church provided a safe and quiet place for Colleen, her mother, and siblings to go. The parish priest was also a great support to the mother of Colleen. Members of the church provided support to her mother in caring for the children. This helped with security and synergy. Energy that systems create to help maintain themselves is the definition of synergy, and that's a quote from Rogers. This is a direct quote from my mother, Colleen. I remember crawling out of bed and hiding behind a chair in the living room when my mother and father fought. On one night, a lamp was thrown at Colleen's mother, and her maternal grandmother heard the fighting from her house down the street and called the priest at St. Mary's Church. The priest came over, talked to her mother until she stopped crying. This made Colleen feel very comforted, knowing that her mother was safe with the priest. A quote from Colleen was, "I always felt safe when he showed up." Colleen stated that the church felt like a mystical place and that she always felt safe there. This helped with feeling of safety and security, which would help to counter the extreme disturbances at home. Church helped to buffer future possible anxiety disorders and social issues. Okay, the second theory I chose was Urie Bronfenbrenner's ecological theory. Bronfenbrenner's theory describes aspects of individual, the environment in which they live, and the interaction between the two. People actively involved in own development. In other words, they're not passive. The way people perceive their environments and experiences significantly affects their well-being. Two people in the same environment may have completely different outcomes, and people must be able to adapt to changes. Under the ecological theory, looking at the application to the interviewee and middle childhood, immediate environment and interactions, which is the micro and mesosystems. Colleen's key settings were at home, maternal grandmothers, school, and neighborhood. There were many negative experiences in the home and school setting, substance abuse and emotional physical abuse, and interactions between the two manifested in Colleen feeling fearful, inadequate, guilt, as well as having a very low self-esteem. Given the time she spent with her grandmother and her neighborhood friends, Colleen was able to build positive relationships, giving her the opportunity to grow developmentally and possibly offset the negatives in her other environments. Application to interviewee in middle childhood, looking at the exosystem. The dynamic of the Catholic schools back then did not allow for a positive learning environment, and that's generally speaking. Although Colleen's father worked, he frequently left home to go on gambling binges, which gave the family and Colleen instability. The Catholic Church provided safety for the family, and support to Colleen's mother. The macro system is the last system of Bronfenbrenner's ecological theory. Political orientation. Colleen's family were all Democrats, which were the minority in that area where she grew up. Socioeconomic status, mostly blue-collar workers, low-income status, as was Colleen's family. Race and ethnicity, that was a huge factor in Colleen's home and neighborhood. Race issues in the home, but also in America at the time. Groups divided depending on ethnicity, culture, religion, with lots of stereotyping and prejudice. Government, dealing with angst amongst blacks and whites, especially in the Deep South, but trickled up the East Coast. And this is my reference page. I used our text, Rogers, and 4 articles that I had read, but I cited one article that was not part of the annotated bibliography because I didn't really care for that article, so I used another one. I hope you enjoyed my video or my presentation, and good luck to the rest of you. Bye.